Students, my name is Sumit Mehta. So in today's lecture, we will discuss about what is respiration and how respiration in human takes place. Okay. So as you all know that the aerobic respiration pathway depends on oxygen, aerobic organisms need to ensure that there is sufficient amount of oxygen, there is sufficient amount of oxygen. Okay, we have seen that plants exchange gases through stomata. Okay, and the large intercellular spaces ensure that all cells are in contact with the air. So carbon dioxide and oxygen are exchanged by diffusion in stomata. Okay, so now we will discuss about in human beings the air is taken into the body. In human beings, air is taken into the body through the nostrils, which is shown here. Okay, means through the nose, through the nostrils. Okay, the air passing through the nostrils, the air passing through the nostrils is filtered by fine hairs, is filtered by fine hairs that line the passage. Okay, that are inside the nose. Okay, so the passage is also lined with mucus. The passage is also lined with mucus, which helps in this process. Means the intake of air and the filtering of the air, mucus help us, which helps in this process. Okay, students. So from here, the air passes through the throat. Okay, till here, and the throat and into the lungs, then into the lungs, which are here shown here. Okay, so the air are received by lungs through the nasal passage and with the help of the mucus, which filtered the air. Okay, so rings of the cartilage are present in the throat. So here are the rings of cartilage that are present in your throat. So which is shown here. Let me write. So rings of cartilage is present in the throat. Okay, so these ensures that the air passage does not collapse. Student, let me first delete the thing. Okay, so we will write further. So within the lungs, the passage divides into smaller and smaller tubes. within the lungs, the passage divides into smaller and smaller tubes which finally terminate in balloon-like structure which are called alveoli. Okay, so this is alveoli which is shown here, which finally terminates in a balloon-like structure called alveoli. Okay, students. So the alveoli provide a surface where the exchange of gases takes place. Okay, so in this alveoli, the exchange of gases means oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place, and the wall of alveoli contain an extensive network of blood cells. These red color of the alveoli is only because of the blood cells. Okay, student. So as we have seen in earlier years, when we breathe in, we lift our ribs and flatten our diaphragm. Means when we breathe in, so our diaphragm flattens out and our ribs comes out. Okay, and the chest becomes larger. Okay, because of this, air is sucked into the lungs, okay, from the nasal cavity and fills the expanded alveoli, and this result into the expansion of the alveoli. The blood brings carbon dioxide from the rest of the body for release into the alveoli, and the oxygen in the alveolar air is taken up by the blood. So the oxygen we inhale is taken up by the blood in the alveoli, and the carbon dioxide from the rest part of the body comes in the alveoli and then back again transported to the outer world. So during the breathing cycle, when the air is taken in and the let out, okay, the lungs always contain a residual volume of air so that there is sufficient time of oxygen to be absorbed and carbon dioxide to be released. Means when we inhale or when we exhale, for that period of time our alveoles contain enough amount of oxygen so that the oxygen can be easily circulated into the blood. Okay, that is why we can means we can stop our breathing for at max 1 minute, because for this interval of time we can hold our oxygen inside our body. So when the body size of animal is large, the diffusion pressure alone cannot taken care of oxygen delivery to all the parts of body. Instead, respiratory pigments taken up by oxygen from the air, means this was the example of only human being. So let's say in large animals, when the body size is very large, okay, so respiratory pigments taken up oxygen from the air in the lungs, okay, and carried it to the tissues which are different in oxygen before releasing it. So in human beings, respiratory pigment is hemoglobin, okay, which has a very high affinity for oxygen. So this pigment is present in the RBCs, you can say the red blood corpuscles. Okay, the carbon dioxide is more soluble in water than oxygen, and hence it is mostly transported in the dissolved form in our blood. Okay, students, so this is all about the respiration system in humans. Okay, now I hope that you are pretty clear about how respirations take place in human body. Okay, and if you have still any doubt or any question based on this lecture, then please do comment in the comment section, student. I will be happy to help you guys there. Thank you. Happy learning.